kill me.
How many of you guys actually woke up today and decided that you were going to be happy? And said, I'm going to be happy. Yeah, we got a few. You know, a big thing, and we're talking about making these healthy changes and educating and getting into new and different things, is that we choose everything that we want, whether it's to be happy, to be sad, miserable, to be having fun every day, to try new things. Okay, it's a choice. It's always a choice. And that's something that a lot of people don't realize, and it's something that when you really sit down and think about it, it's kind of empowering. Okay, you can choose with every action that you do to be happy, to take you closer to the things that you want, and to take you away from those things that you supposedly want. Okay, so a lot of stuff that comes around New Year is, you know, we can make all of these new healthy choices, and the cool thing is that it doesn't have to be January 1st. It doesn't have to be January 2nd. It can be right now. It can be March 4th. It can be next week sometime. Everyone likes to jump on this bandwagon January 1st because it's easier, because a lot of other people are doing it. And that's where all these people come up with these goals to become healthier, to stop eating, you know, that garbage food, to go and exercise. What do you see happen? You go to the gym, and there's all these people there. There's tons of people there. 2 weeks later, 60% of those people aren't there. A month later, 80% of those people aren't there. Okay? And the reason that happens is there's a lack of support. There's a lack of goals. There's a lack of motivation and drive outside of that initial starting point. You decide, I'm going to not eat junk food. So then all of a sudden, what are you doing? You're eating salads for lunch, dinner. You start to feel, you don't really want to do those things. Go to the gym. First day, you hit it real hard. What happens? Next day, you wake up, you're real sore. You're like, I don't know about this. And then people at work, you might be like, why are you doing that? Why don't you just have some of this cake? You got it in the office. Just have a cake. Okay? Have these cookies. And then they try and start, not necessarily sabotaging you, but what happens is that people see you're making these changes. And it's not that they don't want you to make the changes, but what happens is they realize themselves that they're uncomfortable with it. They don't like it. Okay? And people don't like to be uncomfortable. You know, if I said we're going to do 100 burpees, and drop our chest to the ground and stand up, jump, clap 100 times, I'm pretty sure not many people would like to do that. But luckily, all the people in the front row, they have plenty of space. So that's what the extra credit's going to be. No, but seriously, you know, no one likes being uncomfortable. And putting yourself out there is very uncomfortable. Okay? So to say, I want to live healthier by doing X, Y, and Z during year 2014 is going to put you outside that comfort zone. It's going to put you in a situation where you're accountable to someone else. Whether you say it to your significant other, friends, family, coworkers, or you do something like you make a goal and vision board. So we got some goal and vision boards over there. I brought my wife's and I brought mine. And we made those last week with a bunch of our athletes at our gym. And we put goals on there that are achievable. Some of them are very realistic. Some of them are a little less realistic. And some of them are very far-reaching. Because if you achieve all those goals that you set out to do, you didn't really put yourself out there that much. Okay? So, whatever those goals may be, get them out there. And when you're making those goals, you gotta have a little bit of an idea of what you want them to be. So we use this approach called thinking SMART goals. You might have heard it in the workplace environment. I learned it in chiropractic school. So you want your goals to be specific, you want them to be measurable, you want them to be attainable, you want them to be realistic, and you want them to be timely. Okay? So as an example, I'm involved with CrossFit. Whether you like it or not, doesn't matter. But it's basically competitive exercise. So we do all sorts of things. Some people deem them silly. Some people think it's cool. One of my goals is to do 60 pull-ups without coming off the pull-up bar. Okay? So right now I can do about 30. And my goal is to do double that in a year's time. Am I going to get it? I don't know. But I'm giving myself a specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, timely goal. Okay? As opposed to saying, I'd like to do more pull-ups eventually. Okay? I have something, but I don't have a specific number. I can't measure that. And I didn't really give myself a timetable. Okay? Or maybe we want to change the way that we're eating. I want to eat no chocolate by the end of January.
Okay, just a
Maybe
little
that's
bit
not
and come
something
back
you'd
out.
like to do, but maybe it's something you need to do. Okay? So there's a whole bunch of different goals that you can have. There's a whole bunch of different types of goals that you can have. And writing them down, whether it's a goal vision board, whether it's in a journal, whether it's an email, blog, anything. Get them on paper. Now, one thing after you make those goals, you have to look at them. You can't just make goals, all right, we're going to put these away, never look at them, and never see them again. If we don't look at those goals, how do we know if we're achieving them? Okay? How do we know that we're getting closer to them? Are we getting further from them? And maybe our goals change over time. They should change over time. Because you're not the same person that you were a year ago, and you're not going to be the same person in a year. So, making sure that these goals are something that we continuously look at, we keep up to date, we keep them fluid, is really important. Now we brought up the idea of the people in the office offering you cake, okay? Because we want to eat healthier, and cake is something I think all of us can accept as an unhealthy item, but it's enjoyable, okay? What do we do about that? Because there are always going to be saboteurs. There's always going to be people who try and take you away from it, whether it's on purpose, whether it's by mistake, or whether it's just, that's how they are. You know, you have those people, they nag you. You feel like they just want to bring you down. They're kind of just standing behind you, poking you in the back all the time, taking you away from what it is that you want to do. You need to have a support system.